The tale unfolds in a world where Demon Lord was a former hero, but after being bullied by people, he changes into Demon Lord. So the story starts from a battlefield where 6 heroes were fighting Demon Lord's army, and Demon Lord's army was a skeleton army, and all the skeleton armies were being killed by humans. But on the other side of the heroes, there is an angel god who was being revived by all the humans, and Demon Lord was watching all this from his crystal ball. All the soldiers of the army were being killed, and now a tree creature comes to fight on the side of the humans. Seeing this, Demon Lord observes this all from his crystal ball as his forces are decimated. When a tree creature joins the humans, he becomes furious and prepares to join the fray. However, his partner reminds him of his promise to the god revealers not to misuse his powers. Frustrated, Linus starts destroying his own castle but vows to return and reclaim it in 1,000 years. Fast forward a millennium, 2 girls named Rysella and Rosina find their way to the Demon Lord's castle, spurred by rumors of demons. They stumble upon a mysterious door that Rysella accidentally opens, revealing a massive crystal. Inside, they encounter Linus. Confusion ensues as Linus himself is baffled by his sudden resurrection. Rysella, assuming he's a child, tries to protect him. When Linus regains consciousness, Rysella reassures him and offers food, realizing his weakness in his current human form. Rysella introduces herself as a 15-year-old from the Holly Sportsman Academy. Linus recognizes the need to use Rysella to gather information about the world. They discuss void monsters and how to combat them, which baffles Linus as they were not the world's previous threat. In the heat of the moment, Rysella receives a message from Rosina, who's battling a void monster. Rysella rushes to help, but their weapons prove ineffective against the colossal crystal monster. Linus attempts to use his powers, but a mishap ensues. Rysella pushes him out of harm's way, sacrificing herself to save him. As Rysella's life fades, she urges Linus to escape. Linus is astounded by her selflessness. Despite being in a human body, Linus repels the incoming void monsters with his impenetrable shield, using a powerful attack to obliterate them. Later, Linus uses his powers to revive Rysella, healing her injuries. He discovers advanced human technology and that Rysella and Rosina had used magic weapons instead of magic. This world relies on holy swords, which possess elemental abilities. Linus realizes his powers are distinct and decides to keep them a secret. As Rysella recovers, they make their way to the academy. Linus, having been dormant for a millennium, finds the changed world intriguing, and they set off on a new adventure. Meanwhile, we are shown the scene of the past of Resilia about 6 years ago, where Void has attacked the city, and to protect the people, they came up from the Holy Night. On the other hand, Resilia and Regina are hiding in the bunker with their servants for their safety. On the other hand, Regina is very scared. First, she will tell him to calm down, you should not be afraid. Anyway, our parents are holy knights, they will save us all anyhow. Resilia is very clever, but Regina is still confused and she is very scared. But after Resilia's explanation, she calms down a little. Regina and Resilia decide that as soon as they grow up, they will join the Excalibur Academy and become holy knights. Meanwhile, there are a lot of sounds coming from above the bunker, which are scary. Now, Resilia starts worrying about her parents. She doesn't go to her parents, but in the meantime, Regina catches her. And unintentionally, she has to stay with her sister crying, and she falls asleep. Now, in the next scene, the door of the bunker opens, and they go out of the chair. It is not worth seeing, because their whole city is like a ruin. It is already made. Resilia is very sad. She starts crying and says to Regina, "Forgive me, I told you that when we go out, everything will be fine. Nothing is left here now." Now we are shown the scene of the present, where Resilia is. She says to our Linus, "Are you seeing the Solgard city for the first time?" So obviously, if he is seeing the world after 1,000 years, then he says yes. Regina tells Linus that the city is itself. It produces electricity and food, and it can easily cross the ocean. But Linus is not able to believe it, because how can such a big city move on its own? So now Linus makes this plan, that first of all, he will go on about this place before restoring his army, and he will understand something else. During this time, Resilia tells Linus that the people who can use the power of the Holy Sword, they are given admission in the Excalibur Academy. The person who enters this academy, for him life becomes a little easier. He is not forced to fight with the Void anywhere. And our Linus also feels that maybe this is a good opportunity for him, by which he will make people understand a little better. After saying this, our Resilia starts saying that let's go from here, you will have a little checking. After that you can also come inside. Now they both go from there, and on the other side, Linus goes into the bathroom and starts casting his spell. Here his spell has no special effect, because here he is not a demon lord, but a child who is a former hero. Meanwhile, Linus is calling his two companions, whose names are Blackas and Shirley. He summons from within his shadow. Blackas and Shirley say that they are very happy to meet you, Master. Now Blackas starts asking that, Master, what is the secret of your body? Linus tells that because of some mistake in my spell, I have come in this form. Here Blackas is a little surprised to see his human form. There on the other side, Shirley is in this form. Linus stops himself before something happens, and starts saying to them that I have called you here because I want information about this place. Collect as much information as you can for me. Linus goes to enter the city to pass the test. There are a lot of obstacles in front of him, but Linus is not in a mood to stop at all. Whatever obstacles are coming in his way, or he stops him in his own way, or he stops him with his little magic. After that, Linus gets a card, which is his identity card, but our boy doesn't know. In the meantime, Roselia will come and tell him that this is the city's identity card for you. Now Roselia shows our boy Linus the city and takes him to her academy. As he goes away, Linus observes all the people in the city and observes that no one is feeling any danger here. So after all, so much security for this thing. Linus asks our Roselia directly, so Roselia answers. There are only lights, they are protecting from the first row to the first line. So this city is safe, so what to worry about? This city is divided into 2 or 3 parts, and Excalibur Academy is located in the center of the city. Excalibur Academy is the security here. It takes care of the responsibilities. After going a little further, Roselia tells our Linus that first we have to do a couple of more things. After that we will get permission to go into the academy. Linus is the boy. He has become a tough guy for now. Looking at the buildings around him, he is getting very impressed. And to quench this curiosity, he tells Roselia that this is all part of the building's academy. Roselia tells him that this is not the case, but this is like a training ground and not much like a dance area. But what is the role of the dance hall in Excalibur Academy? He does not understand. So Linus says that after all, this is a dance area, so he says that to control the holy sword, there are some rules. Roselia is our boy Linus. He shows the whole academy or girls' academy. Whatever beautiful girl is here, she is looking at our Linus. She falls in love with him because the boy is very cute. There is an animal named Moselle. He stops both of them. Roselia is not in the mood to give him any special feelings, and Linus is also understanding this. Moselle is not in the mood to give him any special feelings, so she changes her path, but he stops her again. Moselle tells Roselia, "Who is this boy with you?" Roselia tells him, "What is your problem? Get out of my way quietly." Moselle starts laughing and says that, "Roselia, what days have come for you? Now you have to include such children in your academy or in your team." Roselia says that there is no need to laugh. This boy is the Holy Sword Master. Moselle says that it does not work like a joke. Linus looks at Moselle's actions and says that this boy seems to be an expert in girls. Moselle says that according to the way the girls are roaming around him, it is very difficult for a normal boy. Moselle thinks that what will he do by killing Moselle? If the boy kills Moselle for no reason, his power will only be wasted. In such a long time, Moselle starts making fun of Roselia that there is no such thing in your blood that you can control the holy sword. Here Linus is very confused. I know you have heard this confused word a lot in this series. Moselle says to Roselia that if you want, you can also enter my team. Here the scene is that Moselle can use the power of his power or the power of the holy sword to kill girls and do anything with them. It means he can even use their power. Roselia says that the boy who does not respect the girls, he thinks he is a doll. What holy sword master will he become? And now Roselia takes Linus and goes from there. But Moselle gets very angry here because her brother has insulted her. But here Moselle crosses his line. He pulls Roselia's hair and starts hitting her and starts bothering her. So Linus says that in his own way. As soon as Moselle looks at Linus, Linus uses his magic to control him and puts him on his knees and he says, "Look son, don't bother Roselia next time. Otherwise what will happen to you is not worth telling." Then Moselle immediately summons his holy sword. Before Moselle does anything to Linus, a lady enters there. Then a girl comes there, which is Luna. By the way, this girl's name is Elfin. Luna is there. She tells Moselle to go from there. And as soon as she hears this, Moselle runs away from there because she doesn't even know how to mess with people. Luna is there. She introduces him to our Linus. Then our Linus also tells him that he is Linus. "Son, if the demon lord says so, then everyone will be destroyed. So keep Linus." Here our Linus looks at Roselia, who feels very weak. After this, they go to the girls' dormitory. Our boy is a little shy. He tells Roselia that a boy's girl will be right to stay in the hostel. She tells him not to worry about him. Anyway, you are a little girl, so it doesn't matter. Now Roselia is there, she sits on her bed. In the meantime, our Leonis starts brushing his teeth. Now after Roselia's words, our Leonis goes to take a bath, and he is taking a very quiet bath. In the meantime, Roselia enters there and starts washing him from behind. He feels very shy. Roselia is there. She tells our boy while washing his hair that his parents have been destroyed by a void, and both of them are very good from Holy Night, and she also wants to become like her parents. Because of this, she wants to awaken the power of the Holy Sword. But for her, it is a little difficult. But in the meantime, Roselia starts getting unconscious. Leonis is there, he checks her curse mark, and he provides her with some energy. And no one will call this thing an adult. It's just about energy shifting, nothing wrong. As soon as he gives her his energy, Roselia starts behaving like a vampire, and our Leonis runs to drink blood. By the way, what else can I expect from a woman? For Roselia, it is a very big thing. Why is she doing all this all of a sudden? She doesn't understand why she runs to drink Leonis' blood. Now Leonis explains everything to her in detail. Leonis tells her that you are already dead. But I have used my magic on you. You are not a human anymore. You have become a vampire, which is a thirsty woman.